Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to tell you all how I lost 12 pounds in less than a month. Before getting started, I want to let you all know my name is Yosha. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Here is the place to find lifestyle updates about my weight loss journey, as well as my experiences with motherhood and wifing, as well as things that affect my world. And I also have real talk videos which discuss relationship ups and downs, gives advice from my experiences and those around me. And then every now and then I review items. Today I'm really just going to be talking about my weight loss journey. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of background on my journey and where I started. I've been juggling with weight my whole adult life. In 2018, I hit my heaviest weight ever, which was 278 pounds. And this was around the time of getting married. I was stressed about the wedding. We bought a house that year. It was just a lot going on, but my heaviest weight was 278. So ending 2018, I decided I was going to start over and I was going to get this weight off. So during 2019, at the beginning, I just went hard and I ended up losing about 25 pounds, and I had gotten down to the mid 250s. Somehow or another, I fell off the wagon. I stopped eating healthy, and the weight crept back onto me, as it usually does. And when the summer came around, September to be exact, so that's kind of like fallish, I ended up being about 267 pounds. I was literally 11 pounds away from where I started, and I was like, oh no, we can't have this. So I got back on the regimen. I started working out again more heavily. I started trying to watch what I was eating, and I ended up getting down to 254 at the lowest in 2018. Well, the holidays came around and your girl ate, okay? There was Thanksgiving food, there was Christmas food, there was New Year's celebrations, there were drinks. And when the year started off, 2020, I was at 260 pounds exact. So I set out the goal of losing 5 pounds every month for the whole year 2020, which would put me from 260 to 200. And in January, I made a small goal for myself to get back in the gym 3 times a week. Now, the big goal of 60 pounds sounds really big, but the way I broke it up in my head is if I'm starting in January, that's 5 pounds a month. So 260 on the first day of January. By the end of January, I should be 255, right? Wrong. At the end of January, your girl was still exactly 260 pounds for her last weigh-in of the month. I was really frustrated with myself. I mean, I had been working out 3 times a week or more, but I hadn't changed my diet. So February, I was like, I'm behind now because I'm not making the changes that I'm supposed to make with my diet. So I decided that I was going to change diet in February. My diet is all over the place. I'm not going to do keto because keto does not work for me long term. I'm not giving up the bread, the rice, the biscuits, all that stuff forever. But I can cut back on carbs, sugar, sweets, processed sugars, hidden sugars that come in stuff like instant oatmeal. I can cut back on that type of stuff too. Alcohol, wine, shots, tequila, all that. I had to cut that out just for a month so I could see if this was going to help me lose the weight. Alcohol is inflammatory, whether you drink it straight or as a mixed drink with sugar added. Drinking it with a sugary drink or chaser makes it even worse because you're drinking alcohol, which turns into sugar, plus sugar that is already sugar. And it's just like an epic fail for a weight loss challenge. February 4th was when I weighed in for my dietbet. When I submitted that weigh-in, y'all, I was 260.6 pounds. And I can insert a screenshot for you all so y'all can see from dietbet. If you know what dietbet is, then you know that this is a verified weight. I'm not making this up. This is where I started. Throughout the contest, my weight fluctuated, but because I changed my diet, I started to see a difference in the scale for the first time in some months. With the no carbs or lower carbs and with the no liquor, I was basically drinking water and water only. Except for a baby shower that I went to where I had to drink some juice to win a prize. Y'all, I won some Bath and Body Works for that juice. Okay, I drank that bottle of juice that time. But other than that, I didn't drink any other beverages. Now, I gave up alcohol completely. I didn't have any liquor in the month of February. But as far as the carbs and the sugars, I had it in moderation. So I tried not to do any carbs after 5 o'clock. And if I had carbs, I would limit it to 1 carb type per meal. The best example I can give y'all is one of the nights my husband made nachos with ground turkey. There's carbs in potato chips, the tortilla chips. There's carbs in the taco shells. There's carbs in the rice. So my rule for me was I have to choose one of those carbs. I can't sit there and eat rice and beans and chips and taco shell and think that that's going to be okay eating last meal of the day and then laying down on it. So I said I'm going to do 1 to 1.5 servings of chips and make this like a huge taco plate bowl. And it had meat, a serving of cheese, and as much lettuce, tomatoes, onions, jalapenos, guacamole, salsa, and sour cream as I wanted. I didn't go too crazy with the dairy either though. 1 serving of cheese and about 2 servings of sour cream. And then everything that was like considered a vegetable, as much as I wanted it. And that's what worked for me. Now, as far as breakfast, Monday through Friday, I ate breakfast every single day. I had eggs and sausage or eggs and bacon. That first week, Desmond prepped my breakfast, so I had bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich with wheat bread or a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich with wheat bread. The last 3 weeks of February, I didn't have any bread with breakfast. I only had the eggs and bacon or the eggs and sausage. And I did that because I didn't want the extra carbs. But I had to get myself eased into it. You know, you can't go from a heavy carb diet to a not heavy carb diet and just shock yourself like that. You have to kind of slowly wean yourself into it, or at least that's what I told myself. I also want to mention that on the weekends, I skipped breakfast. I did somewhat of a not so strict intermittent fast every Saturday and Sunday after that first week of the challenge. The first week I couldn't skip breakfast because I had to go to an event and I didn't know what time we were going to be eating lunch. So I didn't want to be irritable. Y'all, that first week of like fasting, I was very irritable until I ate. So that's something that I had to get used to. But I did that because it helped, I think, to kind of boost the metabolism. I would basically not have a meal after 10 o'clock Friday. And then on that Saturday, I would go and do Zumba for an hour, sometimes a little bit more than an hour. And then I would have my first meal around 1:30, some point after 1 o'clock. And then I wouldn't eat anything after 9 o'clock Saturday. So that right there was extremely helpful with my success. Now, I just want to note that I started eating on this plan on February 4th. So that was the first Monday of February. As far as lunch, I did a lot of protein meals with a vegetable. So I remember the second week of my diet bet, I had buffalo chicken dip with lettuce, tomato, salsa, and sour cream, no chips. And then the week before, I had like roast and vegetables, baked chicken and vegetables, sauteed shrimp and vegetables. And then for dinner, it was just different things along that same nature. Vegetables that I ate included asparagus, lots of broccoli, salad, roasted Brussels sprouts, broccoli, asparagus, just green things. Think green. If it was green, it was on my plate. I did have sweet potatoes throughout the month. Sometimes I had a loaded sweet potato, which I told y'all in another video how much I like those. But instead of eating the whole sweet potato, I would eat half and then fill it with bacon bits and onion. I use the green onion and a little bit of cheese. Or if I don't want cheese, I'd put a serving of sour cream. And I just felt like that was really good and savory. But the sweet potatoes have less carbs than the white potatoes. They're still high in carbs though. That's why I said this is not keto. This is just a lower carb option, okay? Let me tell y'all about my slip ups. During my cycle, I had a mini ice cream sandwich. I swear by these. They're only 90 calories. They're great if you have a taste for ice cream and they knock off the craving. I recommend those if you're a calorie counting type. 90 calories, knock the edge off, you're good to go. I also had a small Dove chocolate on Valentine's Day or around Valentine's Day. And I was also on my cycle during this time too. And this was like less than 60 calories. It did not affect a thing. I I also had these little mini lemon bite things at a baby shower. I had 2 of them, and those were about 220 calories altogether. And that little bitty portion, in comparison to all the exercise that I did and all the healthy stuff that I was eating with it, it really didn't affect me. So I talked about breakfast, I talked about lunch, I talked about dinner. Snacks. I cut back on snacking. I used to do a lot of snacking prior to February. Like, when I say snacking, I mean like chips and Oreo cookies out the break room. Cake whenever someone had a birthday party and they had leftovers. I would be in there eating 2 and 3 slices. I cut all of that out and I brought my own snacks. I literally planned everything from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock when I left the office for the day. So like I said, I had my eggs and my sausage. I had my protein and my veggies. And for my snack, I had something healthy. I didn't do keto, so my snacks included applesauce unsweetened, red apples, green apples, halos, which are like the little bitty orange mandarins that you can peel with your hands real easily. And then I also had some sliced Roma tomatoes with cucumber. Now, I didn't have all these things on the same day. I pretty much would just bring 2 things of unsweetened applesauce. Or I'd bring 1 apple and slice it up. And then I would mix that with 2 to 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. And y'all, peanut butter is a great appetite suppressant. Like, some people always ask, like, what can I eat to keep me from feeling hungry? Peanut butter. If you're not allergic, it works wonders. If you're doing keto, you could try it with almond butter. Almond butter works too, but it doesn't have as much flavor and it's not as sweet. But it's keto friendly. So those were the snacks that I brought during the week. And I would basically have my breakfast around 9-ish, my lunch around 1 to 1:30, and then a snack around 3:30 to 4 o'clock. I wouldn't eat again until I got home, and that's usually after 8 o'clock. So I made an effort to not eat a meal after 10 o'clock on the majority of each night. Now, sometimes when I got home and got settled, I couldn't get to the table until almost 10 o'clock. So I didn't starve myself, but I went light. If I know it's a little bit late, I'm going to eat less carbs on the plate. Period. Meat and vegetables, I'm going to skip the potato tonight. And I drank a lot of water. Y'all, I drank about 100 to 140 ounces of water in a day. I read somewhere that you should drink about half your weight in water. Well, if I'm starting off at 260 pounds, I need to be drinking 130 ounces of water every day. It makes you go to the bathroom, but it keeps you regulated. And another thing is when you start eating them green vegetables, you will be going number 2. And it's not that it's a bad thing, but it keeps you regular. You're not getting constipated by all the processed foods. Exercise. A lot of y'all ask me what I do when I exercise. So currently I'm cardio queen. I've been doing Zumba classes faithfully. I do Zumba about 3 times a week. And then I started doing my boot camps on Mondays. So I'm doing a little bit of strength and a lot of bit of cardio. Because y'all, I could see this 12 pounds as it was leaving. I literally started to notice that my face looked slimmer. I started to notice that my clothes were starting to fit a little bit better. And I could see it in the mirror, and people that know me well and haven't seen me every day were starting to ask me, girl, have you lost weight? That was probably the best part. A lot of us want an easy way out, or we want to exercise often and not change what we eat. And it makes your weight loss journey harder than it has to be. Once you start to build healthier habits with your eating, the weight will come off. And sometimes the weight comes off in inches before it moves on your scale. But I promise, if you shake it up a little bit, change that diet, experiment with some new healthier options, your body will respond to it in a way that it hasn't before. I exceeded the goal in less than a month, y'all. Y'all know a month is about 30 days. February is the shortest month of the year. I weighed in on the 4th of the month at 260. When I realized I was 248, I was 20 days into the challenge. I still had a whole week left of the challenge, and I had lost 12 pounds. And today when I weighed in, I was 248.4. My lowest weight of last month was 248.2. I was able to lose the weight and pretty much keep it off for the entire month of February by changing my diet. Note, I've been working out 3 times a week since the beginning of the year. So I now believe why they say that diet is 80%. The exercise is only 20%. My goal for March is to lose 5 pounds. So I would like to be around 243 by by the end of this month. I want to incorporate some new forms of exercise to keep my body guessing and just to stay on track. As far as dietbet goes, I will update y'all probably on my community tab to let y'all know if I won or not. I'm not going to do a dietbet this month. I don't think so. I could change my mind. I don't know. If I win, I get this money and, you know, 15 other people didn't win as well because I'm in 2 games right now. Maybe I'll do another one, but right now I don't really see myself wanting to do another one quite yet. I think I want to give myself a break and just focus on losing 5 pounds and not having to lose over 10 pounds because that was stressful. That was really stressful. I had to say no a lot. Like, I skipped the office cakes and treats and things like that. And people were like, dang, yo, shit, I don't want to be social. It's like, it's not that I don't want to be social, but there's temptation all over my workplace. There's pizza. There's everything I don't need. So it's like, March, I need a break. Not to say that I'm finna mess up my progress because, baby, I finally broke the 240s. I ain't seen 240 since the beginning of 2018. So I'm not trying to mess that up. But I think for April, I will consider doing another diet bet so that I can snatch my waist one more time and lose about 9 pounds before going into my birthday month. Because, honey, for my birthday, though, I'm trying to be lit and feeling beautiful, okay? I'm trying to be sexy. I'm trying to get the outfit on fleek. I'm trying to be an Instagram model with my husband, okay? So I hope y'all enjoyed this weight loss update. I'm super excited about the progress and I can wait to continue to update y'all on what's going on. Let me know what your goals as far as fitness are for the month of March, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.